Hey, what's up you guys? It's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs, and today I want to show you a very common maintenance item, and that is sealing off any cracks that are forming between two slabs of concrete. Specifically, the one we're going to be dealing with is a 3/4 inch gap that I have forming, and it's been forming for many years, between my driveway slab and then my garage. I'm going to walk you through the full process, and you don't need too much for the job. In the prep phase, which a lot of these projects, really the success is in the prep, I'm going to use the shop vac to get everything out, and then also a small wire brush to make sure the surface doesn't have any debris or dirt on it. And then once we're prepped, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that sand there. I have some spots to fill in, and then ultimately we'll put the backer rod in place. I'll introduce you to backer rod if you've never used that product, and then I'll be using a self-leveling sealant by Sika. Now this was recommended. I actually put this question out to my Facebook group called Everyday Home Repairs Community, and this was highly recommended as the best product on the market to seal between two concrete surfaces. So this is something a lot of us put off, but if you're in those northern climates where you're getting the freeze-thaw cycles, it is best to seal these off so you don't have water accumulating in the cracks and then starting to freeze, maybe in the late fall, early winter, and then you go through expansion and contraction, which can start to break down your concrete. So if you want your patio to last longer, if you want your driveway to last longer, this is a great maintenance item for you to do. So without further ado, I'll show you the steps involved by sealing off this gap right here.
So we got to get all the old junk out of this gap. So I'll just use the shop vac and an old screwdriver to pick up all the old debris, and that includes that black old expansion joint you see me pulling out there. In addition, you'll also want to pull out any loose pieces of concrete because you just want a flat, secure, clean surface on both sides of the gap.
All right, so the majority of the prep is done. I have the leaves and twigs and sticks and dirt out of the gap. But now what I want to do is just go through with some general purpose sand here. I'm going to pour that down into any holes, any gaps that are actually open up and I can see down there, and just fill those up because I don't want any cavities forming underneath the concrete. So if a car pulls out and there's no support underneath that, then the concrete would be more likely to crack. So I'm just going to fill those up as much as possible, not getting too crazy with it, but just also not leaving big holes underneath the concrete. Then once that's completed, I'll go back through with just one more round of light shop vacuuming, and then I'll be ready to start putting the backer rod in and then the self-leveling sealant.
What I also like about filling these cavities with sand is you're confident now once they fill up and you see that sand accumulating that you don't have a larger cavity than you would expect forming underneath your concrete. So you just fill that up, smooth it out a little bit. And then I went down, I have a 28-foot gap here, and I put most of the sand actually right in this section. What it ended up being is I used a full 50-pound bag of sand to fill in those gaps, and that was enough to complete it all the way down the gap. Then you'll do one more round with the wire brush, brushing off any loose debris and shop vacuuming that up to get prepped for the backer rod. Now this part of the gap is the narrowest on my project here. So the 5/8 inch backer rod fits perfectly, and I press that down 1/4 to 1/2 inch below the surface, the top surface of the self-leveling sealant, per the instructions. Now if the gap is larger, I can braid together the 5/8 backer rod to fill in the larger gaps. Now I would recommend maybe going a little bit tighter braid than I have right here, because remember, any of those low divots in that braid are going to have to be filled by the self-leveling sealant, and you shouldn't have any divot lower than 1/2 inch. So you just keep braiding all the way down, adjusting as needed. And if you even have larger gaps, you can find some specialty backer rod that's much larger than 5/8, but the stuff readily available at your home improvement store is going to max out usually at 5/8. So you quickly notice that the self-leveling sealant has a thinner consistency than that of normal caulk that you're used to using. So that'll just settle out in the gaps. But what you will see again in this braids is once it starts leveling out, it'll kind of soak into those cavities left from the divots of the braid. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on how to correct that to make sure it's smooth long term. When you have a single backer rod, this is going to be easier to fill and you'll be using fewer tubes on the overall project.
So I just reached the finish line of the project, and overall I'm happy with the results. Now, if you have a gap that is smaller than that 5/8 and you can just use a single backer rod to fill that gap, that's going to help you a lot. And what you want to make sure is that the depth is between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. And that's the depth that you would fill with the self-leveling sealant. Now, if you have the larger gap like I did where you need to braid the backer rod to fill that in, just understand that any of those gaps are going to fill in and that self-leveling sealant is going to settle down in. So what I'm doing is you can see those little divots from the braid. I'm going to let this set up for 24 hours and then I have another extra tube that I'm going to go back through and then fill that in after 24 hours to make a nice smooth finish even on the braided surfaces. Now, to help you assess how much materials you need for your project, I had 28 foot of total gap that I was looking to fill. It varied between 5/8 of an inch and 7/8 of an inch. I used about 50 foot of 5/8 backer rod, and then I used 4 total 29 ounce self-leveling sealant tubes. Now you can look down in the description, you'll see the link of the supplies used on this project for your reference. So 4 total tubes of this and 50 total feet of 5/8 backer rod. That's what I used to do this. And then just one 50-pound bag of sand to fill in those gaps. Now let me know what questions you have down in the comments, or if you saw something that you do a little different, you think it works out better, just let me know down in the comments. I always welcome the feedback. And then before you take off, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, as we have multiple videos coming out per week to help you with repairs and improvements around the house, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.